So, you're building something online, right? And you've probably hit that wall where you ask yourself, where should I actually focus my energy? I mean, your time is literally your most valuable resource, and choosing between social media and email, it can feel completely paralyzing. Well, that's what we're going to tackle today. We're going to clear this up for good.
Right, this is the core of it, isn't it? You're starting out, maybe you don't have a ton of cash to throw around, and every single minute you spend has to count. So do you pour all that effort into growing a huge following on Instagram? Or do you go a little more old school and focus on an email list?
Okay, so here's the secret. Here's the one guiding principle that's going to make this whole decision way easier. The most sustainable, long-term approach is to build an asset that is truly yours, something that no algorithm, no company, no one can just take away from you. And this is where social media and email start to look very different.
To really get this, let's use a metaphor. It's actually a pretty powerful one. I want you to think of your online presence like it's a piece of real estate. The question is, are you building your business on land that you rent or on property that you own outright?
Think about it. Social media is basically rented land. The foundation feels shaky because, well, you don't control the platform. The rules can change tomorrow, the algorithm can decide not to show your stuff. You're not in charge. Your email list, on the other hand, that's your owned property. It's a stable asset. You have full control over those contacts. You're not at the mercy of some tech giant's latest whim.
And look, this isn't just some made-up scare tactic. This risk is very, very real. It happens to creators every single day. Can you imagine spending years building a community of 100,000 followers, only to wake up one morning and your account is blocked? All of it? Gone? In a flash? Your email list, in contrast, is your safe harbor. It's this direct, intimate, and totally independent channel to your audience. Once somebody trusts you with their email address, that connection is yours. It doesn't depend on an algorithm. It gives you stability in a digital world that, let's be honest, is always changing.
So ownership is huge. We get that. But there's another crucial factor we've got to talk about. Even if you can reach people, where are they most likely to actually pay attention to you? This is the battle for attention.
On social media, the competition for eyeballs is absolutely brutal. People are just in this trance of endless scrolling. They're jumping from a video to a meme to a friend's story, barely stopping for a second. But the email inbox, that's different. When someone opens your email, they've made a conscious choice. They've decided to give you a moment of their focused attention. The potential for a real connection there is it's on a whole other level.
Now hold on, this doesn't mean social media is useless, not at all. In fact, it's an incredibly powerful tool, but you have to use it strategically. So let's look at the best way to do that.
Here's the best way to think about it. Social media is your flashy shop window on the busiest street in town. It is fantastic for catching people's eyes, getting discovered, and making them curious. But the real relationship, where the actual business gets done, that happens when you invite them inside to your private store. And that store is your email list.
The key is having a simple system to get people from that shop window into your private store. It's really just 4 steps. First, you attract. Use your social media to grab their attention. Step 2, you offer value. Give them a really good reason to connect with you further, maybe a free guide or a checklist, in exchange for their email. Step 3, you capture. Boom. That's the magic moment you turn a casual follower into a contact that you own. And finally, step 4, you build. Now you can nurture that relationship directly through email, delivering value over and over again. Okay, so we've got the principle of ownership and we've got a clear strategy. But does it all actually work? Well, the final piece of this puzzle is the hard data. And trust me, the numbers are probably even more powerful than you think.
This always brings up that one big question. You know the one. But isn't email, dead in the age of TikTok and everything else? Is it still relevant? It's a myth that just won't go away. But the numbers? Oh, the numbers tell a very different story.
According to a ton of different studies, for every single euro you invest in email marketing, the average return on that investment is somewhere between 35 and 40 euros. Just let that sink in. No other digital channel even comes close to that, not consistently. Email isn't just alive. For a lot of online businesses, it's the financial engine.
So let's just look at the final scorecard here. The lifespan of a social media post? Maybe a few hours. An email in someone's inbox? Indefinite. How much control do you have over your data on social media? It's limited. With email, it's complete. And the return on investment? Often low on social, while for email, it's just
Extremely high. It's a clear winner.
Now that you have all the information, you know the why and the how, the next step is the most important one of all. It's about taking action. And I don't mean some big plan for next year. I mean what you can do right now.
Seriously, don't wait until you have a perfect website or 1,000 followers. Start building your list today. Think of something valuable you can offer, create a super simple sign-up page, and just start. Even if you only get 1 subscriber today, guess what? You've just laid the first brick in the foundation of a real, lasting business asset.
So as you move forward from here, it all really comes down to one final question you need to ask yourself. When you look at what you're doing, at your strategy, are you building your business on solid ground, or are you building it on the shifting sands of a platform you just rent? The choice is yours.